Welcome in, everybody. I have the Kiriko build for you. I was going to post this sooner, but it was the day before the season came out, and I wanted to wait and see how the meta shook up, and even if the powers were still there. But it's still good. It's really good. And that build is a clone build. You might have seen other Kirikos run this, or something like this. I don't know, but this is what I've done. Starting off with powers, we have clone Conjuration. So again, we're starting with clone, and I try to spam this as much as possible. What I do is I clone in, and then I scoop back, and that ramps up my healing, and if I choose to do damage, it'll ramp up my damage. Keep in mind, clone's skill with ability power, we will get a little bit of ability power here, but we'll mostly be focusing on, well, actually, if you look here, pretty split down the middle. Second power, Keen Kunai. Sometimes I go to Suzu if they're running Ashe or Ana or both, but most of the time I run Keen Kunai, which is going to decrease my cooldowns of my abilities by 15% and give me 3 ammo anytime I hit a head with my Kunai. Really good. And this is going to allow us to clone more. Amazing. And then for fourth power, literally choose whatever you want. Sometimes I go this, again, if they're going Ashe or Ana, this is really good. But outside of that, do whatever you think is best. But really, I've used a lot of these and all of them work. For perks, I try to almost immediately go one of these two. If they're dying a bunch, first, second round, if you can get this one, it's fantastic. It heals a bunch. You're going to get a little bit of cooldown reduction, and it's quite a bit of burst healing. Or this one, where I'm going to get the cooldown reduction. It's going to increase my healing. What is it, my healing Ofuda? I'm not even going to try. And it's going to increase my weapon power every time I use my abilities. These are my first two. Suzu, probably one of the most overpowered perks in the game. They should make this a flat number, but every time we use a Suzu, it gives 100 ability, so scaling over health over 5 seconds, or 4 or 5 seconds. It's ridiculous. Scales with ability as well as our clones. And then we'll get this one in here too, just to get our cooldown reduction up to 30%. But yeah, our cooldown's ridiculous. And you can see how this would be advantageous. Cool thing about this build, and I think it's really Kiriko in general, but this is good against any team. Always a good call. And this build almost always works. Very, very little chance that this build is not going to work with whatever your team's running. As the rounds progress, we keep scaling. Weapon power, I would probably do another weapon power here. This one's really good, just increases our healing speed. And this is what it should look like. Now, round per round, I'm trying to increase my weapon and my ability power. My ability power for my clones and my Suzus and my healing, my Swift Step, also does 120 life over 2 seconds. So that scales with ability power. And then my weapon power, so my kunais do stuff, and my cards. I'm coming back post-edit to mention that I'm increasing my weapon power and my ability power while focusing on using perks that are decreasing my cooldown. So cooldown reduction is the most major focus of this build. We're going to Swift Step as much as possible. We're going to Suzu as much as possible. And through that, we're going to be healing and doing damage. That's the build, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've run it. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I work really hard on this content. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Any support is appreciated.